In this video, we are going to reposition a layer within a group layer, which will alter the order of the layers within the group. So open up the GroupLayer reposition.py script from the GroupLayer folder. Here we are going to use the GroupLayer object reposition method to reposition a layer within our group layer. Let's head over to documentation for the GroupLayer reposition method. Here we have the GroupLayer object reposition method. It takes two parameters, a current index and a new index, and we can reposition a layer in the group layers. The current index is where the layer currently resides, and the new index is where we want to reposition it to. From here, let's head to ArcGIS Online and check out our web map. Here we have the current state of our web map, and we have our group layer here, the NPWS designated boundaries group layer. And we're going to move the SAC layer up to where the SPA sits. The SAC sits at index 0, and we're going to move it to index 1. This will mean that the SPA will move to index 0. So let's head over to PyScripter and check out the workflow. We first access ArcGIS Online. We're then going to use the content manager get method and supply in our web map item ID, which I'll paste it now from my notepad. The get method returns an item object that will assign to a variable called webmap item. We'll then use that webmap item, the item object, to create a map object which will assign to a variable called webmap. We first need to get the group layer object, so we're going to use our map object content property, which is the map content object, which has a property called layers that returns a list of objects in the web map. These are feature layer objects or group layer objects. We're interested in the group layer object that sits at index 1, which is assigned to a variable called group layer. We now want to reposition from our group layer object, so we call the reposition method. And we know this takes a current index, and we're looking at index 0, which is our SAC, and we want to move it to the new index of 1. So we're swapping around the two layers in our group layer. To commit this change, we're going to call the map object update method. So let's run this script. Our script is complete. Let's head over to ArcGIS Online and check out the result. Here we can see that within our group layer we have the SAC at index 0 and the SPA at index 1, and when we refresh this map we should see them swapped around, where the SPA is at index 0 and the SAC at index 1. So let's refresh this map now. We'll expand the group layer, and we can see that the SAC has been moved up to index 1 and the SPA has been moved to index 0. So we have successfully repositioned the SAC layer, which repositioned the SPA in the process. In this lesson, we saw how we could access an individual layer within our group layer and reposition it within the group.